Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is David and in this video I'm going to show you the game Wasted Worms, a card game designed and published by Twan van den Broek, who provided me with this review copy. And in this game all players have a deck of numbers with worms in front of them, and the first player to have played all his or her cards will be the winner. And to spice things a little up, we also have some action cards that either can help yourself or you can mess with your opponents. So please let me show you how it's played. Wasted Worms for 2 up to 5 players. Each player will get a deck of 18 cards, or with 4 or 5 players you can deal 15 cards to make the game a little bit shorter. And each player will get 3 wasted special action cards. After dealing each player 3 of these wasted cards, you can decide to add in these dual cards. There are 6 of them. That's optional. If you want some more interaction between the players, you can add in these cards. I will show you those in a minute. Then all players will roll the die. The player with the highest number will play his card in the bar as the starting card, and then the player who had the lowest value will be the starting player of the game. And this is quite an easy game. When it's your turn, you only have 2 options. You either play a worm card or you play a wasted card. Let's start with the worm cards, because that's the main part of the game. You want to be the first player to have played all of his or her worm cards into the bar. You can play at most 5 cards into the bar during your turn, then your turn immediately ends. And your turn will also end when you make a wrong call. Because when you play a card, you cannot look at the card, but you have to say this card has a lower or higher value than the card that is on top of the bar at the moment. And the numbers go from 1 up to 9, and there are 90 cards total. So in this case I will say this card has a lower value than 7, so I'm going to play the card, and I'm correct. Now nothing happens, so I can either decide to stop, so it's the next player's turn, or I can continue playing, so I will say this card is also lower, so lower than number 6. Ooh, and it's number 5, that's nice. 5 of course is the hardest number in the game because it's right in the middle. So in this case I'm gonna say I'm quit, I'm fine, I've played 2 cards, next player's turn. So then the next player has to play either a worm card or a action card, a wasted card. That player is going to say my card is higher, and it's a 2, so incorrect. Then that player will get the bar minus the top card, that will stay in the middle, and that player has to shuffle all the cards into his or her deck as a penalty for not guessing the correct value of the card, whether it's higher or lower than the card on top. So then it's this player with a 2, you're quite safe to say my card is higher. We'll see that it's a number 1, no, okay. We keep on going, higher. 9, very easy, highest card in the game, so next card will be lower. Now we have double numbers. Double numbers are okay, you're not wrong. Basically you're not correct either, but at least you're not wrong, so you can continue, so lower. In number 2, so say higher. Again, a double value. And now this player has played 5 cards, so the turn immediately ends. And as a bonus for playing 5 cards, you get to draw the top card of the wasted action card deck. However, during the game you are only allowed to have 3 wasted cards. So if you want a 4th wasted card, you first have to discard 1 wasted card from your hand, and then you can draw the new one. Or you can say I'm fine with the cards I have, I don't want a new wasted card. And you can also get a wasted card if you played the same number twice and you say I end my turn, and because you played the same number twice you get to draw an action card from the wasted deck. But if you continue your game, then you cannot take the wasted card anymore, unless of course you play either another pair of numbers or it's the 5th card you play. And if it's both the 5th card and a pair, you still only get to draw 1 wasted card. But since that player has played 5 cards, his or her turn will end. We'll put the cards on top of the bar, and now it's my turn again, and I will say higher, I will say higher, I will say higher, I will say lower, and I will say higher. Nice! 5 cards, so they go into the bar. I can choose to discard 1 card to get a new wasted card, and then it's the next player. The next player will say lower, then he will say lower, and it's higher, so he's wrong. Top card will stay the top card, but all these cards go into his or her deck. Give them a shuffle, and it's the next player's turn. And so you try to get rid of these numbered worms. Then we have these action cards. So on your turn you can either play a worms card or a wasted card. These symbols means these cards have instant actions. So in this case, steal one wasted card from an opponent, or Abacadabra, are these your cards? Swap your wasted cards. So you play this card and then you swap your wasted cards with another player. And if you don't have any cards left, you just steal them and don't give any cards in return. But actions can be cancelled from opponents by playing a halt card. And there are a lot of action cards. Instant actions, stop actions, halt actions, but also downgrades. These cards you want to play at your opponents, in this case a natural enemy. You place it in front of another player. In that case, this player cannot play a halt card anymore. Or with this grounded card in front of you, you are not allowed to stop after your first card. You need to play at least 2 cards each turn. And there are also upgrades for yourself. Those are the green cards and they will help you, so you play them in front of yourself. In this case you may even play 6 cards instead of 5. Or you can take a wasted card after the 4th correct card instead of 5. So things to help yourself, or cards to hinder your opponents, or some instant actions. And finally there are these cards with the dual sword. This will start a kind of a mini game with the bar fight that is twice in here. You're going to choose one of your opponents and you're going to play rock, paper, scissors with that player. You play until there's a winner. The winner gets to take all the cards off the bar except for the top one and distribute those cards among the other players as he or she wishes. So you can give all cards to one player or give some players some or more cards. And by the way, when you draw this card from the wasted deck, you have to play it immediately, so it's an instant action. Then we have the space battle. All players will roll the die and the player with the lowest value is eliminated. Then you play a new round again and again until there's one winner. And also that winner will take all cards from the bar except the top one and distribute the cards among the players as he wishes. And Medieval War. This is a solo game. You roll the die and before rolling the die you have to say if it's going to be odd or even. If you're correct, again you take the bar and distribute the cards among the players. But if you're incorrect, you have to take all cards from the bar except the top card yourself into your deck. So that's a gamble that you can either win or lose. And adding these cards into this deck is optional. And that is how you play a game of Wasted Worms for 2 up to 5 players. Playing worm cards from your deck, guessing if your card will be a higher value or a lower value than the card that's on top of the bar. And you try to be the first player to get rid of all your cards. And you have those wasted action cards to either help you or hinder your opponents, or give you some special actions. And you can get these cards by playing 2 of the same numbers or by playing 5 cards in a row, because then your turn automatically ends and you also get a wasted card. So on your turn, either playing worm cards into the bar or playing an action card. Thanks again to Twan van den Broek for this review copy. This is a Dutch version at the moment. I don't know if there will be an English version, but just in case. And if you have any questions about this game, please feel free to ask them in the comments below. My name is David, thank you for watching and hope to see you next time.